So Xbox is now doing this new thing where you can actually play their games for free, right? But the flip side of everything is that you're actually going to be playing the games with ads includes. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about the news that Xbox broke down recently, where they're going to allow you to try their games for free. And essentially, as long as you continue to watch their ads, you're going to be able to have access to those games for free, all at no particular cost. Now, as we know, nothing is always free forever, right? Down the line, something can be free right now, but as far as down the line, when Xbox starts to have enough users to where they take advantage of the free plan that Xbox has, eventually they start to add price increases and price hikes because the demand is actually there. So today in this video, you're going to learn exactly what those ads are actually included with the game specifically, how those ads are actually going to work, and also at the end of this video, you're going to decide if that is actually something worked for you or if it's something that is just going to go down a hole at this particular point. So let's talk about it. So Xbox has been trending on Twitter recently as of today, where they discuss that they're actually going to be bringing ads to Xbox Game Pass, right? And as it says right now, today we're starting to test an ad-supported way to stream select games from your library for a limited time, available to Xbox insiders. During this test period, Xbox insiders will have an Xbox account, will be able to stream games they own for free with ads. Players will have 1-hour session limits across supported devices and regions. Now, this is just a post that Twitter, aka X, has to say, but we're going to read the actual Xbox article to kind of get their word directly, right? So here we go. Today we're starting to test an ad-supported way to stream select games from your library for a limited time, available to Xbox insiders. During this test period, Xbox insiders with an Xbox account will be able to stream games they own for free with ads. Players will have 1-hour session limits across supported devices and regions. Here's what you can expect. Ads will play before a session begins. The core game experience is unchanged. This is optional. Players can choose other ways to play at any time. For many players, the device they already own now allows them to stream games with Xbox. Cloud can also help Xbox One owners play newer games built for Xbox Series XS without needing to purchase new hardware right away. That can be especially meaningful in places where consoles are harder to find or less affordable, giving more players another way to access great games on devices they already have. Advertising has existed in gaming for decades. That's something that I didn't know. From in-game placements to free-to-play models, but it hasn't always been built with the player in mind. When done well, advertising can help lower the cost of access. It creates another way for players to get into games without an upfront streaming purchase and expands audiences through new ways to play. For brands, this only works if showing up here adds the experience, not takes away from it. Given that, we want to be clear about how we will approach ad-supported services across Xbox. We start with the player. Ads should create value. We do not interrupt the flow of gameplay. We hold ads to the same quality bar as our content. We are clear about what's advertising. We make sure ads fit what players expect on each platform. We'll learn from this test and continue to improve based off of how players use it and what they tell us. Our goal is simple: give more people more affordable ways to play. And here it just says how you can actually gain access to the Xbox insider support and just share your feedback. Now, this is something we got to talk about, right? So the problem that Xbox is having, as you all know, Xbox is his business, right? The new Xbox is going to be expensive. You're going to be pushing like almost about $1,000 for the new Xbox next-gen consoles and PlayStation 2. You know, that's it's just unavoidable at this point. You know, the price of RAM increases, the price of SSDs increasing, the price of RAM increasing, even though I said that twice, the price of GPUs increasing, CPUs increasing, every hardware is basically increasing, right? Xbox is in the business to make money, right? They're not in the business to lose money. So eventually, it's time that they actually caught up to the price of everything. And Steam has already released their price of a Steam console, and they're charging, I want to say, $1,000 plus, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's only right that Xbox and PlayStation tries to match that or provide some sort of better value to be able to make sure that the price is actually reasonable for players to actually purchase their console. Now, here's the problem. The consoles are so expensive that they know that some consumers aren't willing to purchase those consoles off the rip, right? Meaning as soon as they drop, right? So they're trying to use the Game Pass cloud version to subsidize those people who can afford the new Xbox, just as though it's mentioned in this article, right? That's why you have Game Passes, which is like $9.99 PC Game Pass. You also have the other Game Passes where you can play Game Pass on any kind of smartphone, any device that have access to the internet. You can actually play the Game Pass. The problem with that is they're trying to shift the focus of Xbox from Game Pass to console. But as we know, consoles are expensive, right? So now Asher Sherman is trying to play both roles, and she's having a hard time trying to juggle which one will make the most sense for Xbox to be reminded of. Is Xbox a console company or is Xbox a cloud gaming company? You know? So they're having a hard time trying to figure out which one it is, right? And so with this free ad-supported Game Pass is going to do for Xbox, one, it's going to bring players who actually have devices that can access the internet, players who have PlayStation, players who have Nintendos, players all around the world. If you have access to the internet, your device allows it, you'll be able to play this new Game Pass future with the ad-supported, right? This is going to be beneficial for people who actually don't want to pay a monthly subscription for Game Pass and they just want to try a few games, or they just want to try something for free. Nowadays, everything is running on a monthly subscription, right? So this is for people who actually want to play games for free without having to charge anything. This is going to be beneficial for Xbox because, one, they're starting to gain consumers without having to charge them anything. So you're gaining more consumers and those consumers aren't going to charge anything. So one, you're bringing value to consumers. Two, you're also gaining market and money from advertisers because the advertisers are paying you to put their ad directly on their games. Now, as far as the player experience when it comes to playing these games, right, it can be a problem, and here's why. Imagine you're playing an online game and next thing you know, you're in a ranked match, you're fighting for your life playing Marvel Rivals, Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever the case may be, right? Madden, whatever the case may be, right? And you're playing those games and in the middle of a crunch time game moment, you get a freaking ad. Now, how the hell would you feel when it comes to things like that? So there's a problem. The question is now, will those ads be only available to single player experience games, or would it be available to all games, including online multiplayer games? If it comes to online multiplayer games, in my opinion, I just don't think it's going to work because it's going to ruin the player experience. Imagine you playing a game like I mentioned earlier and you get an ad in the middle of the freaking game. It can only work as if you get an ad at the beginning of you launching that freaking game, right? That way you're not locked into the game at that particular moment. You're not pausing any progress. You're not things of that particular nature. That's the only way I can see it working. The ad-supported way is if it's only available to single player games. That's just my 2 cents on it, but let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this ad-supported tier for Game Pass is actually going to be beneficial to Xbox? Do you think consumers such as yourself are going to take advantage of this ad-supported tier for Game Pass? Do you think PlayStation would also follow suit and do the same thing that Xbox does as well? Because as we all know, when one person starts to do something, it only takes a matter of time for someone else to start to copy it or try to replicate it or even try to do it better. I mean, just look at Xbox Game Pass. Now you have PlayStation PS Plus. It's only a matter of time before they started to try to mimic something that's already been done or try to make it better, right? So I can definitely see PlayStation trying to do something like this similar down the line, but as of right now, Xbox is still in the testing phase, so they haven't really proven it can actually be done to where it can benefit the player and Xbox as a business itself. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. But other than that, peace.